Welcome back to the Cali G Kitchen. We're on day 23 of your 101 day food and fasting programme. Today we are upcycling the beef that we made last night, so the beef stew, but we're going to upcycle it into, called spice it up, slow cooked beef stew with lemongrass basmati rice. That was a little bit of a tongue twister. So, I've got the kettle boiling there, I've got my rice in there. The kettle's boiled, I'll just give that another little bit of a heat up. And I used quite a wet cup here, so that's why the rice is not sticking. But anyways, we've got our rice in there, we've got some lemongrass, we've got a spring onion, a chilli, some garlic and a yellow pepper. We're going in here with our 2 cups of hot water. 1 cup basmati rice, 2 cups hot water is the perfect ratio to have basmati rice, to cook basmati rice even. So we're going to get some heat on that, kind of bring that to the boil, then we simmer it for 12 minutes as always. Just give this a bit of a mix up, break up all those little grains of rice, make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom of the pan. And I don't know why I've got that knife, I need a bigger knife than that. Basically going to just take the top off that lemongrass, take the bottom off as well, and give that a bash just to release the flavour. We'll just leave that a second before we put the lid on. Going into this pan, this is where we're going to do our stew. So I'm going to move this rice to the back hob, just so you can kind of see what's going on here. That should be good to go. Turn that down, turn it up, bring that to the boil. Coconut milk, coconut oil going in here, going in with about a teaspoon. Generous teaspoon. Pepper of choice, 1 chilli, a knob of ginger, a spring onion, some fresh coriander and some coconut oil. Okay, I am missing some ginger. I'll just remove that from the heat for a minute until I'm ready to go in. Okay, we're going to turn this down now. That's boiling, so we give this just one last little mix. Lid goes on. You could put some salt and pepper in as well, or salt even. I will season it afterwards. What am I doing? What am I doing? Timer, 12 minutes. Now we're going to wash this pepper. Top and tail it, open it out, and then what we do here, I think I've showed you this before, you kind of just run the knife along the inside, gets rid of these bits, can't remember what they're called, but apparently they're not good to digest, or not easy to digest even. So we chop that in half, and then we're just going to go lengthways. Get this pepper in the pan, frying away now. Throw them bits in as well. Going for a full pepper here. We need some heat on that. cold off with our chilli and garlic. I'm just going to take the bottom off that. Ginger. What else? What else? Coriander. Coriander will go in at the end. What we have got here is our stew from yesterday, from last night. Okay, now we're going to go in with our chili, ginger, garlic and spring onions. Fry those just for a minute, and then what I'm actually going to do, since we've got some big potatoes here, I'm going to chop them up. I'm also going to add the beef now. So I want to just kind of fry that gently just before we add the rest. Just to kind of change the flavour a little bit. And then what we'll do with these potatoes, we'll just slice them kind of on an angle. Put all the potatoes there. And then this can all go in at once. just add the rest of this. I'm going to add just a touch of water, just so I can literally get everything out of there, and I feel like we need a little bit more juice in there, a little bit more moisture. Okay, what I want to do now is once this kind of start, well, I can't get my words out. Once this starts to bubble, which it is doing now, I'm going to just give it another bit of a stir. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to turn this down a little touch, and I'm just going to let that heat through while our rice is finishing off. We've got 5 minutes left on the rice. This should just heat through nicely. And I think I don't know if it's because of the heat on the pan, but it's deformed, or whether I've dropped the pan or something, or maybe somebody else dropped the pan, not me. But the lid's not staying on, so I'm just going to improvise there, as you can see. Got about my coriander. It's got a little bunch there. And I'll throw that in right at the end. Got 2 minutes to go until we serve up. Let's just while we're waiting, rather than me start another video, another part 2, let's see what's on the menu for tomorrow. So we're on day 24 today. Just spice it up. Slow cooked beef stew with lemongrass, basmati rice. Okay, complete. Just on the app here. So what we're making tomorrow is 1 pot citrus spice chicken and rice with a crumbled cheddar and walnut salad. Delicious. And then we've got for day 26. Day 26 is actually your free day. But what we're going to do is make some no-bake protein flapjacks. And these are what I used to make years ago when I used to go to the gym. Kind of just eat them on my lunch break, or just eat them as a snack. These would be perfect for you, Bernie, for when you're climbing up those mountains. So you can. These are very high calorie as well. Got some good fats in there. Do have a bit of honey in there, but like I say, you'll be all right with it. And what was I saying? Yeah, for Bernie when he's climbing up those mountains, you can literally just pack these in your packed lunch, take them to work. These will last quite a while as well. You can just wrap them in cling film, leave them in your drawer at work, or or even leave them in the boot of your car or something if you don't have storage at work. Something that I advise everybody to do is just keep a little stash of food at work, whether that's tins of tuna, bags of rice, bags of lentils, nuts, in this case protein flapjacks, just in case you might forget your food one day or you don't have time to cook. Then it just means that you are prepared just in case that happens. 12 minutes is finished. We're going to just leave the rice just at least a few more minutes there, just to absorb the rest of that moisture in the pan. If we open up that, it's going to steam off and then our rice will dry out a little bit. We've got our stew here, which I'm going to check on now. I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir. And this smells absolutely amazing. Got all those herbs that we put in yesterday, the sage and, what was it, sage and thyme, garlic, and then we've just spiced that all up with our chilli, ginger, garlic, spring onions and peppers. Just going to blast that up just for a couple more minutes. Just to heat it through properly, tell you what. Maybe use something better to do this. What you could also do with this, I'm kind of turning similar to a massaman. You could just, if the chili's too hot for you, add in just a dollop of coconut milk, and that'll just kind of cool it down. It'll bring all the flavours together, and you'll have a kind of massaman curry there. Not exactly massaman, but kind of massaman style. While that stew's finishing off, we're going to dish up our rice, the lemongrass rice. And since we've got quite a few potatoes in there, so you don't really need to use all this rice unless you're feeling hungry. You could keep a small portion for tomorrow, or for like meal one tomorrow. I'm feeling quite hungry, so it's all going in. Put our lemongrass on there just to garnish, just so it looks nice for when I take my little video and my picture for the app. Our stew here, which I'm kind of just going to pour it in rather than use a ladle. Oops. Going in with our coriander right at the end. You could also, if you like the heat, you could slice up a fresh chilli on there. That will go really nice. I think it's got enough chilli in it already. One chilli's good enough for me, so I won't do that. But yeah, there we are. Got, let me see if I can do a little zoom in. Got our lemongrass basmati rice, simple but effective. And then we've got how spice it up beef stew. Hope you all enjoy. We'll see you again next time in the Cali G Kitchen. Bye bye for now.